Probate can cost you 4 to 7% of your assets when it gets transferred to the next generation when you pass away and you do not have an established estate plan in place. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to avoid probate and make sure that your assets are structured the right way so that you're leaving your beneficiaries in the best place possible. So we first need to understand that if you have a will, that is not going to avoid probate. You're going to need some more advanced designations, some more advanced planning to make sure you avoid probate. So what you need in place to make sure that you can avoid probate is really two things that I want to focus on in this video. The first thing is what we call a TOD designation. That's transfer on death. If you have this designation on your house, for example, your house will go to a beneficiary with no probate. And so that's something we always want to recommend people have, and that's something we see a lot of people don't have. They don't have that TOD on their house. They just may have never thought about it, but that's something to make sure you want to have in place there. So TOD on that, but also a TOD, a transfer on death designation on also your investment accounts that are non-retirement accounts. So if you've got a joint account that's, in Apple stock, well, the beneficiary on that account, it will not pass to them. If it passes to them, it will go to probate. So you want to make sure you've got that designation, that TOD designation, and then it will go to that beneficiary with no problems there. So just make sure you have that detailed out there. Also on your bank accounts, you're going to want to get what's called a POD, a payable on death, and those will transfer without probate as well. So those are things that you want to make sure you have in place. Now, when it comes to your retirement accounts, we want to make sure that we have the beneficiary on file there. So a little different than what I just explained. On a retirement account, that will pass to beneficiary with no problem. So if you have your son as a beneficiary or your daughter as a beneficiary, they won't have to worry about probate. It will go right to them and you can avoid that. Now, if you don't have a beneficiary in place, obviously that's going to lead to some issues, and so that's why we would recommend you put that in place. And the last consideration here is a trust. So a trust is a big buzzword in the estate planning community, and you've probably heard people say you need a trust, and you could need a trust. But what we see is that a lot of retirees, if you have a more simple case, you may not need to pay the extra money to get a trust done. Now, understand a trust does avoid probate, so that's good news, but there's a lot of work in getting that trust set up, which means you're going to have to pay an attorney to make sure that gets done. And also, you got to make sure everything gets titled the right way after you do it. We see a lot of people that get a trust done, but they never get anything titled to that trust. So basically, it's just a bunch of papers, a binder for no use. So just make sure you take the extra step if you do get that trust done there. And we do recommend, some of our clients get it, we recommend some don't. It really depends on your situation and just understand the complexity you have and if it makes sense for you or not. The last point I want to make on this is just understand, remember how I started the video that probate could cost 4 to 7% of your assets. Keep in mind, if you have $1 million, that could cost you $40,000 to $70,000 a year. We have an attorney that meets with our clients here in our office, and he makes a joke about it, but is very serious that you've got to have this in place. And if you don't have it in place, hey, he'll make more money because he'll be the one to carry out that probate instructions. But obviously, no one in their right mind would want someone to have to pay that much money when you can easily prevent it up front by having a good plan. So the attorney that I'm talking about, he really encourages people, get the planning done up front, pay me a little bit now so you don't have to pay me a lot later is really the thinking and making sure people get what they need. So hopefully that can help you avoid probate. If you have any other questions, mention them in the comment below. If you'd like to see any other videos on estate planning, we'd certainly be glad to do so. This is a topic that we see that people want to hear, but it's not told enough. So we're just hoping that many people are educated on this and making the right decisions. Hi, hope you enjoyed the video. As an avid viewer, we would like to offer you a free copy of my new book that just came out, I Hate Taxes. If you would like a free copy of this book and how to lower your taxes and own your retirement, look in the description. You can fill out that link and we'll actually send you a copy of our new book. Hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your day.